It's that time of the year again, Haunters. In this video, I am going to be ranking Spirit Halloween's 2023 Animatronic Lineup. Spirit has not yet released all their animatronics, but I am going to be going over the ones that they have released so far online for this year. For the sake of this video, I am not going to be going over their licensed props. I am probably in the minority, but I am not a huge fan of the licensed props. I think they're a little bit pricey for what they are. Also in this video is just my opinion. Feel free to leave a comment of your list, what you think is the best prop, what you think is their worst prop. I'd love to know, so leave a comment of what your opinion is on this year's animatronic lineup. Alright, let's get started. Alright, coming in at number 11, we have the Grave Watcher, priced at $79.99. Let's take a look.
Beware, you are now in the graveyard of fog. I have a special grave for you, the one that is right behind me. Make yourself at home.
Alright, for those of you that don't know, this is actually a Spirit animatronic prop that they used to have years and years ago that they decided to bring back this year. I used to have one as a part of my collection. However, after some falls and wear and tear, it is no longer a part of my collection. With that being said, there's so many cool Spirit animatronic props over the years that if I had to think of one that they should bring back, this would not be at the top of my list. With that being said, it is a smaller prop, so if you are looking to buy something and not looking to break the bank, this is a good prop for that. Also, it does have some cool features. The eyes light up, the arms move, the candles light up. So there are some cool features on this prop. However, it just isn't my favorite of the animatronics that they released this year. It's pretty much the same saying that they had in the old one. I believe in the last one it said you are in the graveyard of souls. This one it says you're in the graveyard of fog. So they did change this thing slightly. I think that's the only thing I noticed that they changed in the prop. They might have made the eyes a little bit brighter. There is some cool detail in the face. But like I said, to me it's just not my favorite one of all the props that they could have brought back this year. Even though it is on the cheaper side if you are buying an animatronic, I do think $80 is a little bit pricey for what you're getting. It's a very, very small prop, so I do think that the $80 is a little bit pricey for what you're getting. Overall, like I said, I don't hate this prop. It's just at the bottom of my list this year. I'm going to give this prop a 6.5. Coming in at number 10, the Black Heart for $299.99.
Don't be afraid. Your time has come. Join me now and forever. We will own the nights.
I do feel like this prop could have been a lot cooler, a lot better, and that it was a missed opportunity. Honestly, the first time I watched the video, I was a bit confused as to even what was going on. I was confused on the story behind this animatronic. I went to the Spirit website and read the story behind this animatronic, and that did make more sense to what this animatronic is about. But to me, it's just missing a lot. I feel like the skeleton or Grim Reaper could have done more. I feel like they could have had the girl do something. A part of her could have lit up, or something could have moved on her. There could have been a movement that ties into her movement and the skeleton's movement. They should have just had the girl do something, but she's just static, and all the skeleton does is move its arm to cover her. For the price point of $300, I feel like it's just missing something. To me, it's also just a lot of cloth. You could see the skeleton's head and two hands and half of the girl's body. Other than that, it's a lot of cloth. And again, for $300, I feel like they could have done more, and it's a missed opportunity with this prop. The one good thing about it is the detail. The girl has a really cool detailed face, and I really love the skeleton's details. You could see all the detail. I also love the teeth on the skeleton, but there's just a bunch of those ridges and bumps on the skull that I feel like really makes this skeleton's face pop. So it does have some good points, but like I said, I feel like it was just missing too much for me at the price point for me to have it high on my list. So I'm going to give the Black Heart a 6.7. Coming in at number 9, we have Eternal Rest, priced at $139.99. So Eternal Rest at its price point is one of those cheaper props if you're looking to get a cheaper animatronic this year from Spirit Halloween. It is a jump scare prop. I do personally like jump scare props. I think it's good to have a mix. I have not only a display during Halloween, but also a walkthrough haunted house in which I have actors. And I think it's good to have a mix of actors, static props, and jump scare props. So this is a pretty cool prop. It's going to give an opportunity for a good jump scare when the head turns and screams loud. After its head turns, the eyes do light up. So if it is placed in the dark, that it's an opportunity that someone will see it with the eyes light up. And just turning with the loud sound with the eyes light up, it's a good chance that you're probably going to make someone jump from it. It also has some cool detail in it with the black tears running down its eyes. It's pretty cool. The tombstone looks pretty realistic. Looks like it's been aged a bit. And then when, like I said, the head spins around, you got the eyes that light up red. So overall, it's probably going to be a pretty decent jump scare prop. I'm going to give this one a 6.8. Coming in at number 8 is the Sitting Scarecrow. They have him priced at $179.99. They have that crossed out on the Spirit website and currently have him listed for $109.99. So the Sitting Scarecrow animatronic is an animatronic they've had at Spirit for a few years now, but they gave it a much better look. I think it looks much better in my opinion. I have 2 of the old Sitting Scarecrows, and I'll probably have to get the new look to add to my collection. With the new look, there's a lot more straw up in the head area, the neck area. There's a longer rope around its neck, and it's a taller hat. So you can see the new look right here. Let's take a look at the old look that they previously had for the Sitting Scarecrow. So you can see the old one, still cool, doesn't have a face or a mouth you could see. It's a smaller hat, smaller rope, and it doesn't have as much straw or hay coming out from it. It's a much more basic look with the old Sitting Scarecrow they had. So I think the new look is a lot better. I think it looks a lot more scary. And like I said, right now it's only priced at $109, so I think that's a pretty good price. It's a jump scare prop. They also have the straw in the hands, so I like all the extra straw in this one. I think it looks much more scary, and I love the mouth being stitched up. I think that gives an extra added scare to it. I think this one will look a lot more realistic, like it could be a costume, and then when it jumps up, when people try to grab candy from it, it'll give them a pretty good scare. So overall, I love the new look that they gave the sitting scarecrow, and I think it will give people a lot of good scares this year. I'm going to give this prop a solid 7.0. Coming in at number 7 is Dagger Mike, priced at $169.99. So just like the last two props, this is another jump scare animatronic. It is also another one that is under $200 at $169.99. So if you're looking for one of the less expensive animatronics, this would be a really good one to get. It starts a little bit lower and then it springs up quickly and will give people a pretty good jump scare. I think it's also a pretty cool classic clown look with just the basic white and red. With the face paint on it, I think it gives it a really creepy look. And then it has the 2 daggers in each hand. I think it's going to give a lot of scares to a lot of kids. So it's a pretty cool prop. I like the face paint on it. I like the 2 dots right on each cheek and then the one on the nose, as well as the paint on the lips. I feel like it gives it a real creepy, sinister look. But I like the classic, just the white and the red. I feel like it's a classic look, but the look in the face, I feel like it's real sinister and creepy. So this one, I think it's a pretty solid jump scare prop. When it springs up, I think it'll give people a pretty good jump. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool prop. I'm going to give it a 7.2. Coming in at number 6 is Jack Carver, priced at $169.99. So there was a lot of really cool features on this prop. Based off the size and the tone of his laugh, it seems like it was a little boy that was working at a farm or a ranch and something happened to him. But there's a lot of cool features on it. I love the detail in his face. I love the classic jack-o'-lantern look on the pumpkin that's lit up nice and bright. And then another jump scare prop when it pops the head up and reveals his scary face. It'll scare some people as well. So I do like the jack-o'-lantern. Like I said, it's a really cool classic look and it'll be lit up, so that'll look cool at night. And then he'll lift that up over his head and reveal the face under the jack-o'-lantern, which is a pretty scary looking face on it. I think the face on him has some pretty cool detail on it. You'll see that he has 2 different color eyes. One's green and one's a yellow. And then it has the face that looks like it's rotting away. Kind of looks like a zombie type effect. So not sure exactly what happened to him, but clearly something is going on with him. But it looks like the skin's kind of rotting away. I almost feel like it kind of has a look of like the skeleton from Ghost Rider in it. But I think the detail in the face looks pretty cool, honestly. There's even a little piece of his ear missing. There's a little piece of skin under his chin, and you can see all the parts under his skin that are exposed. So I think it's a pretty cool detailed look on this prop. And then he'll pop the pumpkin head up, and then he'll start laughing. To me, the only negative on this prop is his laugh. I feel like it's just a little bit odd of a laugh. The laugh and sound of it reminds me of Johnny Punk from Spirit Halloween. Johnny Punk was one of the least popular props in Spirit, and I feel like they almost did the same voice or same tone with it. So I wish they just did a different laugh on this prop and I feel like I would have made it a lot better at the end of it. But overall, it's a pretty cool prop. I'm going to give it a 7.6. Coming in at number 5, we have Deathstalker, priced at $279.99. So Deathstalker is a pretty cool, pretty unique animatronic. It's different from any other animatronic that Spirit has had before look-wise. It's got a lot of cloth. It's mostly just hands and a mouth, and then cloth mostly making up the rest of the body and arms. It's got some pretty big broad shoulders and a really big hunchback on its back. And then, like I said, you have the hands, the mouth. The mouth is massive, and then it blows out fog from the mouth. If you were to hook up a fog machine to it, it will then blow out fog from it. It also has a pretty cool growl to it. That's one of my favorite parts. I think it has a really cool growl, one that sounds pretty sinister. If you take a look at the mouth, it has a lot of really cool detail. It has a lot of teeth in it, and really massive large teeth, almost like a dinosaur. And then the tongue on it has, you can see all the bumps on it, and it's a really big massive tongue as well. And then it has all the exposed gum above the teeth. Doesn't really have a face. Eyes are up for question whether it has eyes or not, but it definitely has a large mouth. And then, as you can see, it'll blow fog from out of it, and it also has some pretty cool looking hands that only have 4 fingers with some pretty long black fingernails on it. So I do like the detail in the mouth. I like the large teeth, the detailed tongue. The hands look pretty cool. The shape of the body is pretty cool. My only complaint to it would be that it's just a lot of cloth. I wish you were able to see a little bit more of like the arms somewhere in the body. Maybe a little bit more face, I think, would look cool for it. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool prop. It'll look cool in the dark, and I think it would look pretty scary. I'm going to give this prop a 7.8. Coming in at number 4, we have Creepy Rising Doll, priced at $229.99.
Do you want to play with me? Come a little closer. Let me stand up
so I can see you better. You look good enough to eat. We can play hide and seek if you want to. You run, and I'll come find you. I love a good chase.
So Creepy Rising Doll is a Spirit animatronic that they have brought back. I believe they had it back in 2015. I think it's one of the best bang for your buck animatronics that they have in this year's lineup so far. It's a pretty cool prop with some pretty cool features. So it starts off with kind of a doll voice to it, and when it has the doll voice, it's a little bit lower and it has blue eyes. As it starts to rise, the voice starts to change to a more demonic and more sinister voice, and then the eyes will turn red and it'll slowly rise up and get taller and taller. I think this prop can look really creepy and really scary with the proper lighting as it's rising up, and with the voice changing to a more sinister, darker and deeper voice. I think it'll be really cool. The mouth, where you see it has a crack in it, so it still has a little bit of that doll face, doll look to it. And as you see at the eyes, it has a little bit of that dark black drip tear look. So I think it has some pretty cool detail in it. I like that the cloth isn't all just one solid color. It's not just all black, all gray. It kind of has different tones and different changes of color to it, which I feel is I feel like it gives a little bit more dimension to the cloth. So it does have a lot of cloth to it. It's just the face and the hands really. But I feel like the different color cloths you see here with the browns, the blacks, the grays, even different shades of those colors kind of just gives it a more dimension to the prop. And with all the cloth being shredded like that, I feel like it just adds to the look of it. I'm going to give this prop a solid 8.0. Coming in at number 3, we have Heckles, priced at $279.99.
Step right up. Step right up and get your balloons here. Only 10 cents. And what's a day at the circus without a balloon? Just don't come a-knocking for refunds. Don't ask why.
So I love the idea on this prop. It's something different. It's not a jump scare prop. It's not even a scary clown. It's just a sad clown that wants to hand out a balloon. And it's something different. I like the color scheme on it. Him with the purplish blue jumpsuit, and then he has the brownish orange shirt under it. Got the green hair, which matches the green shoes, and then when you have the red nose, and it matches the red balloon. So there's a lot of different colors working on it, and I think that's pretty cool on it. There's a lot of good details on the face. I think it's one of their better face molds this year. So there's a lot of really cool details on it that you'll be able to see up close on it. Here's the back of him where you could see the hair, the bald head. Like I said, there's a bunch of different colors on him. I really do love on the balloon how they have a face on it. That's something different that I've never seen before. It's also not just even a face, it's a face that also moves. So it's another working part of this animatronic. It's not just him moving, his mouth moving, it's also a moving face on the balloon itself. If you look at this guy's face, like I said, there's a lot of really cool detail. It almost looks like a real person with some paint on it. I like how both eyes are kind of different in shape, even kind of different positioning on them. The wrinkles look amazing. The scarring looks amazing. Like I said, I feel like the detail in this one looks almost perfect. I feel like it's really well done how they did the face mold on this one. And then with him talking, I feel like it looks very, very realistic. And that's one of my favorite parts on this prop and why I have it ranked so high. So overall, I think it's a really cool prop. And I love everything they did on it. I'm going to give this prop a 8.2. Coming in at number 2 is Poor George, priced at $179.99. So obviously this is the second straight clown animatronic on my countdown. I know a lot of people think that Spirit needs to do away with the clowns, that there's too many that they make, and that they should make other things. It's not that I love clowns. I'm not particular in anything they make, but I do think Spirit did a really good job this year on their clowns. So the last animatronic was a clown. Number 2 is a clown. And number 1 will also be a clown. I think they did a really good job on their clowns this year. This one in particular, as you can see, he has 2 hands. He does not have any legs, as the lower half of him was severed and he no longer has the lower half of him. I think there's some really cool underrated details on him. As you saw in the video, he flips and it's not that he just continues flipping in the same direction. He will then start flipping back in the other direction. But I think the face on him is really, really cool. This face, it's kind of like a happy but kind of sinister laughing look. On this side of his face, he has a red nose, and he has two different colored eyes. One is red and the other is yellow. And then on this side of him, he has orange buttons on his shirt, which is different than the other side of him. So that's some of the smaller details that I like. They not only had him flip, but he has two different faces. Both faces are different, and the buttons on both sides are also different. So I think that's some really cool features they did on him. I think his whole face in general looks pretty cool. On this side of him, he has the red nose, and then on the other side of him, he has a black nose. On this side of him, he's more bloody. He has a bloody mouth, and again, it's still kind of a sinister look. He still has the two different color eyes. He has a red one and a yellow one as well again, and he has the same makeup for the most part on both sides. The other one, it's black with the red nose. This one with the black nose, he has red makeup. So that's something they did a little bit different. And then the buttons, like I said, on this shirt will be black to go with his more dark, bloody look on this one. So I think it's a pretty cool idea they did with this one. I think it'll look really creepy in the right lighting. And he has a pretty creepy laugh to go along with it as well. This is the first animatronic I bought from Spirit this year. I will have a unboxing video up on my channel. Overall, I think this is a pretty cool animatronic. It's also not too bad of a price. It's a jump scare. It also just looks cool. It's something different and unique that they haven't really done before. They did use the same hands from the Nightcrawler a few years ago for this prop, but overall it's something that they haven't really done before with this one. I'm going to give Poor George a rating of 8.5. Coming in at number 1 is Stilts, priced at $349.99. As mentioned, this is the third straight clown on my countdown, and he is coming in at number 1. I feel like he's a pretty cool, massive clown animatronic. He is 7 feet 9 inches tall. I love the color palette on him. He has dark purple black pants and shirt, and then a bright orange neck piece. He then has bright blue hair to go with his matching bright blue shoes and bright blue buttons as well. I love the vibrancy that he presents with his clothes, and also very vibrant, bright makeup that he has on his face. So I really love the look of him. And then he has the bloody bowling pins he's holding. I don't know if I'm totally sold on the bowling pins. I would say cotton candy would be cool, but they've also already had cotton candy done before, so I'm not quite sure what would be best for him to hold. Again, I'm just not quite sure. Bowling pins are my favorite, but it still does work for him. And then you add the blood on the bowling pins, which adds some more color to it as well. His neck turns 360 degrees, much like their prop from a few years ago, Miss Mercy. So I love that feature on him. I feel like it makes it look really, really creepy. They add the crackling neck sound while he's laughing. So with him being real massive and tall at 7 feet 9 inches, and with his neck turning the way it does, with the sounds, the laughing, the crackling of the neck, I feel like it all just fits very well together, that it makes him look very scary and creepy, I do love the whole look of his face, the big, bright, vibrant makeup. He has some pretty cool looking eyes. I also love how they did his hair, where it's not just up top, how it's kind of just coming out. So I feel like that's some different kind of hair that they haven't done before. His hair almost looks like cotton candy itself. But I do love the makeup on him, how it's just very, very big and vibrant. The eyes on him as well, I feel like almost look like very realistic eyes. So I love the whole look of him. I feel like he looks really cool, and I love the tall animatronics as well. I feel like kids always get scared by the tall ones. I think the tall ones are always pretty cool and add another dimension to your display or your haunted house. Overall, I feel like it's a pretty cool prop. I'd say one of the only negatives is it is a little bit pricey at $349. I feel like $300 would maybe be a little bit better a price point, but it is a taller animatronic, so that's why the price is up there a little bit. But overall, I'd say it's pretty good. I'm going to give Stilts a rating of 8.8. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment on your favorite Spirit animatronic props so far this year. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to watch future unboxing videos and for the animatronic lineups of other stores for this year.